Hello and welcome to Rain's Kitchen and Garden. My name is Rain. Well, today, my friends, I am making Shamrock sugar cookies for St. Patrick's Day. This is such an easy recipe. I think that you'll enjoy making these, so let's begin. Let's make some delicious sugar cookies. Now, I'm calling these Shamrock sugar cookies, but obviously you can make them for any occasion. In my bowl here, I've got a large bowl with some softened, unsalted butter. I have a 1/4 cup or 70 grams. I also have some brown sugar that I'm going to add to this. I have a 1/2 cup or 95 grams. Now, you could use egg beaters to cream your butter and sugar together, but I'm doing it by hand and I'm showing you how with the back of a wooden spoon. Basically, you want to melt the sugar into the fat, and that's why you need softened butter. This may take a little while, but like I said, if you don't have egg beaters, you kind of have to do it by hand. I'm not mixing it right now, I'm just pushing the butter into the sugar and vice versa to try to get it all incorporated. And once in a while, I'll just scrape off my spoon and keep going. Okay, that looks pretty well incorporated and it's nice and creamy. So I'm going to just give that a little stir. I'm going to hold it up like this and stir it. I had to hold it up against me because it's not easy to do by hand, but we got it done. Everything's creamed together. Now we're going to add a couple more ingredients. We've got egg. I have 1/2 of a large egg here, and that is 27 mils. Basically, I put an entire egg in my bowl and I measured it to see how many milliliters it was, and then I took 1/2 of it. And there are some odd measurements because I cut my recipe in half. My original recipe makes 4 dozen cookies, and I really didn't want that much. So I've got some whole milk here. That's 2 tablespoons or 29 mils. And I've got some vanilla extract. I've got a 1/4 teaspoon or 2 mils. And I'm going to make sure that that gets really well incorporated together. Be careful when you're stirring it first because you don't want all your liquid to fly out. Once it starts to incorporate, then you can start mixing a little harder. Alright, so that's really nicely incorporated. Okay, let's put this aside for now. And what we're going to do is we're going to sift together our dry ingredients. I just have a small bowl here, and I've got some all-purpose flour. I have 1 cup plus 2 tablespoons, that's 155 grams. And I'm just going to sift that into my bowl. And to that, I'm going to add some baking powder. I have 1 teaspoon or 7 grams. And I have some salt, a 1/4 teaspoon or 2.5 grams. I'm just going to sift those ingredients into the flour. There we go. Now we're going to add the dry ingredients to the wet ingredients. and make sure that's really well incorporated. All right, that's very well incorporated. So I'm just going to get all of the little bits off of the wooden spoon. We're going to cover this and refrigerate it for 1 hour. And I'd say about 15 minutes before the hour is up, you want to preheat your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 190 Celsius or gas mark 5, just so it's ready to go. Well, my friends, I took my dough out of the fridge and I have a nice floured surface here. Make sure it's really, really floured because this is very sticky dough. And I'm going to push down on it a little bit to get it going. And you can make this any thickness you want. Personally, I don't like to make it too thin because I find it's very difficult to get the cookies off the counter when it's too thin. So I might make mine about 1/4 of an inch thick, which means I'll get less cookies, but that's all right. Now let's see how I can lift this up very gently. See how it sticks to the bottom? Make sure you flour. Okay, let's see how many cookies we can get out of this. Probably not too many, but here we go. If I can get one that doesn't stick to the counter, I will be happy. I'll be honest with you, my friends, this is the second take. The first take, I rolled it too thin and everything stuck to the counter, so I had to take it all off and re-roll it again. All right, so what I'm going to do, this is much better than before. I didn't have enough flour on my surface before. I'm just going to pull the little discards off, and I'm going to re-roll these after. But I'm going to take my cookies very gently and just put them on a plate here. I don't want these to break. This dough is very delicate. Okay, so for now I'm just going to show you what I'm doing here. You can see I've got these here. I have some green sugar, and I'm just going to sprinkle some green sugar on top. Doesn't that look cute? I really like how that looks. This was hard to find this time of year. The cookie cutter too, I didn't have one, but I just got the idea that I wanted to make Shamrock cookies for St. Patrick's Day, and I had a hard time finding this stuff. So now, very gently again, I've got my baking pan. I'm going to put these onto my baking pan one at a time. I suppose I could use this to lift the cookies up. Why not use the tools that we have, right? There we go. I can probably fit 2 more. If you follow my channel, you know I have a tiny little kitchen and a tiny little oven. So let's see if I can fit 2 more. Okay, let's get those onto the pan. Very cool. All right, these are going to go into my preheated oven anywhere from 8 to 14 minutes. I'm going to keep an eye on them. I want them to look a nice golden brown. My cookies are done. Look at them. Don't they look cute? I'm so glad I made these. I love sugar cookies. I ended up getting just 11 cookies from this recipe, but you know what? My cookie cutter was pretty big, so I'm fine with that. Usually I get about 2 dozen with smaller cookie cutters. I'm really glad I did this for St. Patrick's Day. I hope that you enjoyed this video, my friends, and if you did, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to leave me a comment. I love reading your comments, and I do reply to them. So until next time, this is Rain from Rain's Kitchen and Garden. Thanks again for watching. Bye.